lovelies, welcome to this week's pick a card reading for June 7th through the 13th. No items this week because all three of the green deck cards are festival cards. I figured, the hell, we could just use that, right? This first one is actually my favorite holiday because it's Halloween. Notice all of the, jack-o'-lanterns and skeletons and what have you, and the bats. Yeah, that's my favoriteest holiday ever. Then there's this one, which is another one of those words that I cannot pronounce. But there's little spriggans up here in the corner, and a moon and a fairy mound and whatever. And then this last one that, this one's just pretty. It's got like flowers and butterflies and fairies and everything all over it. This is a star. Yeah. So feel free to pause if you want to choose which card is right for you. And you know what? If there's other kinds of readings that you want me to do, please let me know. Ooh, in fact, if there's any kind of content at all you'd like to see from me, I'm always looking for new things to do. So, yeah, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the readings. Bye. Okay, pile number 1 with the Samhain Halloween card, which is my favorite. I'll put the other ones over here for now. We can just focus on this one. This card is all about powerful change, completion, endings of things, kind of like the Death card in like a traditional tarot, like this kind of, but not... it's not bad change, it's necessary change. We all have those moments in life where things are going to change whether you like it or not, and this card is kind of one of those. So if you've been putting something off or resisting something, which is totally normal, typical human behavior, don't worry so much, okay? And especially since it's probably going to happen whether you like it or not. Yeah, that's the Samhain card. Next, though, King of Cups. Okay. King of Cups is about good advice. Maybe you have talked out whatever this is with somebody, or you should, if you're like not comfortable with whatever this change is. But this card is also about emotional maturity and growing into a more balanced and responsible person. So that could be the change some of you are experiencing. And maybe you're entering into a phase in your life where you're going to be more aware of how your actions affect people. And that only helps you in the long run, right? Because it helps you see things, with more compassion and awareness, and just being more like self-aware and stuff, and that's always good things. But this card says, if you're faced with a difficult situation, because some of you, that might be what your change is, this card is about observing and then reacting carefully, like make sure you have the full picture, before you start making decisions or whatever, okay? Let's see what the next one is. Oh, interesting. The Queen of Cups. This card is about kindness and sensitivity, especially if you're going through like a difficult change, or you're in a difficult situation that needs to change. But really, there's two main interpretations for her. The first one's a literal interpretation. There might be somebody in your life, because she's a lady, it might be a lady, but it really could be anybody, which kind of goes with the good advice here with the king too. This person is supportive and reliable and helps you reach your full potential, and if you have somebody in your life like that, embrace it, embrace them. They're here to help you, especially if you have like this change going on and you're resistant or you're not sure, if it's a change you want, but really it's the Halloween cards that's probably going to happen anyway. Embrace this person. Maybe this is the person that you should like bounce ideas off of or things like that. However, second meaning of this card is to trust yourself. Okay? Some of you might have, like me, some self-doubt issues, but this card is about trusting your inner voice, and take time to focus on yourself before dealing with others. So even that could be a change you need to make. It's just trusting yourself more or taking better care of yourself. All right? Because that's important. And then maybe if you do that, if your change isn't just you taking care of yourself, you might be a little bit more open and comfortable with changes, Anyway, next one, you probably saw because I dropped it, is the Seven of Wands. This is about being determined, asserting yourself, going after what you want, having what it takes to make that happen, right? Maybe that's a change you need to make. Maybe it goes hand in hand with this taking care of yourself situation. And maybe if you talk to somebody, this is what they tell you to do. Plant your feet firmly, and, make an effort to go after what you want, because that brings you both self-confidence and also success. It's good things, right? Let's see what the next one is. Five of Wands in reverse. I prefer this in reverse. I think I prefer most of the fives in reverse, not all of them. This is about compromise, solutions. If you've been struggling with something, whether it's internal or external, right? Like a self-care issue or whatever, that's working its way out. That could be your change in itself, right? If you've been struggling with something within yourself or at work or with friends or whatever, a resolution is quickly presenting itself. Especially if you find yourself like perhaps in like a work situation in competition with people, because sometimes workplaces like to do that, or you just have that one pain in the ass coworker. Lucky for me, I work with kids, so sometimes they're a pain in the ass, but not really. Last one, Ace of Cups. I like this one. I like this. It kind of goes hand in hand with this because this is about change, inevitable change. This card is about new beginnings. So whether you have to start taking care of yourself, right? Maybe deal with some issues, get advice from some friends or something. Happiness is coming. New beginnings are coming. You will feel free and happy, and everything around you will be, wonderful. This might not be right now immediately. You might have to go through this change first and change some things in your life. But good times are coming. Positive things are coming. And actually, this is also, with the cups, a card that indicates maybe wanting to embrace your social side. Go out more, maybe make some new friends, or see some friends you haven't seen in a long time. And hold on. I feel like I've just noticed this. There are dolphins on these cards. Do you see that? There's whole ass dolphins there. I've had this deck for over a decade, and I've never noticed there were dolphins on these cards. Oh my god, they're cute. Little gold dolphins. Anyway, enough of that. I can't believe I've never noticed that. I'm going to have to go look at the other ones now. I want to know what the rest of them look like. Anyway. Embrace your social side. Maybe. I feel like a hypocrite saying that because I'm not a social person at all. But yeah, maybe, call your friends. Go do something. Make some new friends. How do you make friends? I don't know. But, have your friends invite friends you don't know, and then you'll make new friends. But yeah, that's it. That's it for pile one. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and if you do, please do all the obligatory YouTube things. It really does help out, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Okay, pile number 2 with however the hell you pronounce this card's name. With the fairy mound and the moon and the Spriggan and this chick. Anyway, I'll move these over here. We're focusing on this first. This card is about starting to see rewards for your efforts. You might need to still make effort to complete your project, but you're finally starting to see results, whether it's like something you're putting together and you have like a whole bunch of pieces and you need to put it together, and now you're finally starting to see a result, or like people are noticing the efforts you make or whatever. But also for some of you, you see this fairy mount is got a door in here. This could also indicate the closing of one door and the opening of another. So some of you might have some like new opportunities coming, or you're completing something, this obviously completing a project. Some of you might be moving on to new things, which is always, a little bit scary, also fun and positive, because most of the time it leads to just positive growth and expansion. Let's see what this next one is. Oh yeah, 9 of coins. Yeah, I can indicate what's a cup and what's a coin. This is a coin. This card is all about independence and prosperity and refinement and having a comfortable life. Prosperity in all areas. Your personal growth, your finances, obviously, because coins. But even like your relationships, your personal relationships, your professional relationships. I like that. Especially since we're seeing this. Rewards for your efforts paying off, right? So if it's like a work related thing, then maybe you get like a bonus or a raise or something. Let's see what the next one is. 2 of Swords. Okay, hold on, get the glare off it. There we go. 2 of Swords is about I think this goes back to like the closing of one door and the opening of another with that first card, because this is about maybe needing some time to think about something, having choices, coming to a crossroad, like which way do you go? Maybe not knowing which option to take if you're being offered a couple of different things. This card says, take time and make smart decisions, educated decisions. Because the swords are all about really like, they're kind of like, to me, like mental cards, because like the ace is like, sound decision making and clarity. Be smart when you make your choices. Like, don't just choose things. Make sure you're like emotionally prepared for whatever next step you want to take. And you're looking at all your options carefully and equally, and not just being overwhelmed like, oh my god, that seems so cool, and then you've screwed yourself in the long run. You know what I mean? Anyway, next one. Oh, yeah, 7 of Cups, abundance of choices and options and opportunities. So some of you might be, maybe because of your work, being offered more opportunities, which is great. Like I said with the 2, this card is also a warning about being careful and not being drawn in by things that seem too good to be true. Make sure you pay close attention to the decisions you're making. Go through all of your options. Consider them carefully. Make sure it's going to benefit you in the long run and not just immediately, because the long run is, more important. You need to make sure that you're okay in the future and not just right now. Get all the information you can possibly get before making a decision, and be as informed as possible. Okay. Ooh, okay. Another 7 of coins. This one's about planning. Yeah. It's also one about rewards and results and long-term success. So I think some of you might have some doors opening to you. Maybe because you're a good planner and a hard worker and you have a lot of perseverance, which not a lot of people have, me included. Because this card is about like everything you've already accomplished because of previous effort. Like you've planted the seeds and now it's time to watch it grow, and by grow it's giving you all of these like new opportunities. I like that long-term success, but make sure you keep up with the planning, and you're careful and you make good choices. All right, it's very important. No matter what your choice is or what you're doing or what it has to do with, whether it's like in your personal life or your professional life or whatever, you always got to make sure that you're making good choices. Last one. Oh, it's an 8. I almost thought it was a 7. 8 of Wands. Wouldn't that be something if it got 3 7s? 8 of Wands is about receiving news, gaining momentum, exciting times, perhaps movement and travel, which if you're getting opportunities for work, that could be. Or maybe you're considering moving, things like that. But it's a card that's also about like enthusiasm and positive feelings and exciting projects. And kind of like with this Crossroads 2 of Swords, maybe feeling like you're on a plateau. Maybe that's a choice you have to make. But sometimes being on the plateau is good because then that gives you time to fully examine all of your options. This card says things are about to take a turn, right? You are maybe being offered the chance to create a new, exciting experience for yourself, a new existence for yourself. Whether that's a new phase of your life or work-wise or whatever. Just, make smart choices. I worry about you. Nobody talks to me, but I still worry. I do these readings and I'm like, oh, I hope people make good choices. But I don't know. I think that's just the old lady in me. Anyway, that's it for this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do all the obligatory YouTube things. It really does help out. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye. All right, welcome to pile number 3 with the Ostara card, which I could very well be butchering the pronunciation of this, and I wouldn't know. But yeah, this card's neat. It's got the little island in the back, which for some reason reminds me of Alcatraz, and I don't really know why. Maybe it's the shape of it. Maybe. But, you got Changeling up here in the corner, the Green Man over here, some fairies, flowers, butterflies. It's very cute. It's very lovely. I like this card. This card is about creativity, like new creativity, an inpouring of energy and ideas, embracing your individuality, and maybe like having an idea of yours begin to take shape. Let's see what the next one is. Ooh, okay, yeah. 4 of Wands. This is about having reasons to celebrate, feeling confident and like you're on the right path, which I love. And a lot of times that could come from, coming into some creative energy or embracing your individuality, right? Or even if you have an idea that is actually, seems like it's paying off or, doing something, it's a reason to celebrate. This card is about chasing after your dreams and taking advantage of your lack of self-doubt. Good for you. If that resonates with you, because I don't know what the hell that's like. This card is about just going after it full force. Because you're probably going to come out on the positive. So if you've been thinking about doing something or whatever, maybe now is a good time to start taking steps in that direction. Just saying. Next, 7 of Wands. Let me move that over a little bit. 7 of Wands is about being, again, determined and strong-willed. Maybe asserting yourself and really going after what you want. You might have to hold out against pressure a little bit, which is common, especially if you're doing something that's new for you and different, and people are like, why are you doing that? Tell them to shut up and mind their own business. That's why you're doing it. This card says you have everything it takes to make it happen. So does this one. Plant your feet firmly. Okay? Because, do what you want and what makes you happy, because that brings you both confidence and, with this card, some success, which I love to see. That's wonderful. Let's see what the next one is. Ooh, Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is about clarity and sound decision making, having some opportunities or maybe even a breakthrough. It's about like the ultimate wave of energy, right? Which we have here with like, creativity and new energy, whatever. This card motivates without much deviation and playing around. So does this one, as far as I'm concerned. Be clear on your personal truth every step of the way. That's very important with this card. Make sure you're being true to you and who you want to be, because that's what's going to make you happy in the long run. And if you're happy, you're going to enjoy what you do and you're going to be more successful because, you don't hate it. It's not sucking the life out of you and making you a misery bag. Anyway, let's see what we have next. 8 of Coins. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Ambition, diligence, mastery, crafts, and talents. Maybe one of you is cashing in on a talent you have or a craft you're good at. Lucky you. I have no talents. I don't count this. I don't think this is a talent. This indicates a period of dedication and hard work, focus, ambition. So I think you're maybe coming into some like newfound energy and inspiration, and that's really pushing you forward to embrace your truth and do something that makes you happy, that you want to do. And I like it. You might need to like, or maybe even not need to, just like in the process are becoming more proficient at whatever it is that you're doing. You're learning along the way and you're improving and reaching a new level of skill, and that's fantastic. Good for you. Let's see what the last one is. Ooh, okay, I like this. This is the Fool. He's about new beginnings and adventure. And that generally you are on the verge of something unexpected and exciting and new, and maybe you haven't had this idea yet, but you will maybe soon. It might require like a leap of faith. It might be something that's been in the back of your mind for a long time. You're like, no, I can't do that. And then you're like, you know what? Screw it. Fool energy. Doing it. He indicates that this will be a rewarding experience that will contribute to your growth as a person. And any changes that this card brings will usually, in most situations, be a welcome one. You'll be, embracing your individuality and your true self and being happy, and that's wonderful. And that could just open up new areas in your life. He's all about being open to new things and trying new things, and I like this pile. Is it a pile that, like, if somebody else put this reading up, is this likely to be the one I would get? No, because none of this good shit ever happens to me. But if this is you, yay, I'm happy for you. Yeah, that's it for pile number 3. If you enjoyed this reading, and I hope you did, please do all the obligatory YouTube things. It really does help out, and I will see you guys next week.